Welcome to Biomutant. Shouldn't take much more. It's becoming terminal. Stand against that. Go make the most of the day. Go grab the bar and start squeezing those muscles. You snap that off, feeling pumped up. That's hard to come by. Don't get distracted by all the destruction you can see this time of day. bruised. That feels better. Let's see. That's another shoppery. We just couldn't get enough of these places back in the days gone. Ta-ta. You're fading. X-ray. Oh, ouch. Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. The fresh air has done you good. trust your eyes so much. They play tricks in the dark. Let's see. You've located the village of Hubbledon. Offers you ask. Let's see. Night falls like a giant around here. Looks like wholesome, a tidy little cave. Gulp in some air. The grotto. It's deep enough to explore. A smart foe would leave now. Close encounter. This place is like one big secret that keeps unfolding. Made from the right stuff. It's starting to add up. That hurt him. No air left for whining about it. You found Bionucleus 8C. These towers are one of the main reasons the old world went under. Good hit. Small things for your big ideas. That's going to leave a mark. Well placed. Finding some thick air might be wise soon. Rick, get up and get out. You're half dead. Don't let the day pass you by. That's hard to come by. It's not slippery. It's another old-world bric-brac. That made it all worth it. That's not going to heal well. Things are happening. It's not just anyone that's awake and moving. Shop. That's one just over there. Go for it. Big cheap trigger finger. Made it count. thing's end. Yeah. Ouch! Crushing it! Feels like a river runs through you. See? It turned surf into a highway. Always good to have some wood scrap like that on hand. Tread soft. That's a monster nest, if ever I've seen one. Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. Hey, there's some rubber scrap over there, just right for the taking. Says some realize the world is ending and can't stop listening to the clock ticking. Click is one of those. He wants to unlock every door in the world. If he wants to do that before the doors are all gone, he'd better hurry. Guesses he doesn't care. He's more about the locks than the loot. Says if you want to find Click, you should look for him, well, anywhere. No, really, that's what it's called. The place he set up shop. Eventually, he'll show up to try to open them. He's in even more of a hurry than you are. Thinks that's something he'd be best at helping with. Hates how many new beasties are wandering around the world these days. Hard to know what kinds of horrors lurk around every corner. Fortunately, their friend Moog has been writing down the worst ones. Guesses you should look for Steep Depot. At least that's where he set up tent last. Claims that Moog goes where the monsters go, but as he's tracking scripts now, he's probably still at the Steep Depot cliff in the dead zone. Keep your sniffer sniffing for stinky stuff and your eyes peeled for his tent. Moog will appreciate the company. It's not easy to live life in the presence of monsters. Thinks that would do the world some good. Can you navigate by starshine? A day in the forest is as pleasant as you could wish. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. It's not his cleanest invention so far, but it gets the job done. Use it to suck up gooey oil puddles in the Mekton's way so you can pass. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. It's already quite sturdy, but upgrading it will greatly improve your chances of victory. Gizmo wants to help if he can. You need to help Gizmo defeat the Jumbo Puff before it destroys the west route. Your alliance with the Lotus tribe is growing stronger. Says you should take it easy. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says you're welcome back. You might get a killer headache from this. Smelly. Super effective. Much harder to see outside now. That's a jumbo puff with an appetite. Ain't no fuzz. Better put an end to it before it ends our world. So much better than legging it. Jumbo Puff is kicking it up a notch. It's time for an electric performance. A couple of more hits and it's a fried circuit. Bad feeling about this. It goes all the way down to the stomach. Start like a snack and you'll end up with a ride down the intestinal canal. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way. Look at you, all pooped out. From this point on, there's no way forward but going back in. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way. Wow, what a super-sized whirlwind. That must be as big as they come. The Taurus is pumping at half a beat. You know what to do. You see, it's what's on the inside that counts. That meaty Taurus is already off-beat. End it. Better pumped out than flushed down. Don't let it happen again. guessed it would go down with a throw-up. Can it really get any better than that? That sealed the fate of the third World Eater. Just one more to go. Out of Date asked to see you again to congratulate you and let you in on the final phases of his plan. This is your chance to get his priorities aligned with yours. Do right by your tribe and the world at large. Just head back to the Ark. He seemed eager to see you again. He's helped Out of Date to get the Ark hardware restored. There's just some wiring left to do before the vessel's ready for takeoff. He just needs to reroute the excessive high spark to run through the proper plug in the system so it won't break the path if it blows. Can't imagine what you would have done if Out of Date hadn't discovered the Ark. He trusts you won't leave without him now that the tree is dying. He knows your good-hearted nature means you won't leave him behind, but you need to work on yourself if he's going to be isolated with you in the Ark. There are things you don't see eye to eye on. It's not that he doesn't care about others, but the fact that the Ark only has 4 extra seats means you have to be picky when choosing company.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
He's been thinking this whole thing with the Ark through and has decided he won't be joining you. First off, he isn't 100% sure he's got the wiring right, and really, he doesn't think he can stand being in that enclosed space with you for long. Gizmo will always make time for you. Understands you have things to do. I don't think you could make a home here. Whoops. Keep your eyes out for new paths. Easy to miss things down here.
Loma utulu ba yowo.
Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand.
Tolowoya lo yalo batoloyo.
The last World Eater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war.
Muk bebuk.
He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the World Eaters before resolving the tribe war.
Alo utulua.
Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over.
Luatolo maua.
Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough. You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last World Eater. The future depends on someone with a light perspective to give the world a chance to survive. Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end. Out of Date says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet. He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's had urgent news from his friend Wiz in the northwest. He's unsure about your intentions, but hopes you'll support Wiz. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Wiz and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The Merc Puff is up next. Out of Date says that Wiz is worried now that the Northwest World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Wiz is working on an undersurf vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He's happy to help. Says you'll meet again. You will never find anything as unlive as the dead things beneath the ground here. Lust. Who'd leave rubber scrap lying around like that? You make it look easy. E-waste, hard to find. More light means fewer places to hide. Look at that plastic scrap, just waiting for someone to do something with it. The Surge Surf factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see. Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go, but says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths. It was a tragedy, but also sad that you chose to leave. It's a miracle you made it on the outside on your own. That land is harsh, they say. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course. Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action.
It's like the whole world is glowing!
Oh, shine like that and the dark disappears.
Now that's the right idea, Dark. Just disappear.
You know, I'm starting to think you don't like me.
I don't!
Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate? Maybe that's true for you, but he's not so sure about his own fate. Sad that the world is close to death. Wonders if he might be able to hold out a bit longer in an octopod. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Figures teaming up with the Lotus was clever of you. They respect the goo like no other tribe. Most fear getting too close to it. They just don't understand it. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths. But there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-go-in. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up mecha fingro in the mecha stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister. Getting that tool will help turn around the situation for sure. It'll definitely help him unshut the hatch. Seemed like this night might never end. That e-waste? You could use that for sure. You just found a fixer-upper. Wonder what finally broke it down. Just put one foot in front of the other. Easy. You run like the wind. An old home. Could be something to it. The light is nearly blinding. Where it cuts. That's the hot hut. Wonder if there's anything still inside. You need to turn the pegs in sync. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You really put a spin on it. making great progress. You found a brick-rack that's not absolutely flat. You're hurt bad. Such a bright day to wander around in. Complains that it's hard living in a world where everything's falling apart. If it wasn't for the work of Pebble, lots of parts of the world would be cut off. No one builds climby racks like him. Figures if you look in hard-to-reach places, he might be there. Thinks Pebble doesn't spend much time in level lands. To find him, you should look for steep places. Maybe he can show you some new paths he built. Says that's likely. He's helped so many. There's not much left of what we used to call our world. Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecha Stadium is near here. The right key could open this. Locked up tight? You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. Everything is at stake. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Check out that e-waste. That's a good find. He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick. He agrees that it's an option if you want to break stuff, but in this case you want to keep things intact, so it won't leak once you get undersurf. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The Merc Puff is crunching bark by the minute. Wants you to think of it as a black tar spritzer. The dead zone is full of that slimy black goo. It's good for fuel, but it's also slippy stuff. Doesn't riding a beast like this feel good? An old munch house. Imagine having hot food. What a blow! Busting heads. Crit. Crusher. Nice shot. Festering. Control your destiny, or someone else will. You can make something from that. Didn't it? Seems that the knobs need to be aligned so the device can load its program. Top quality scrap in this piece. Says the Tree of Life connects all creation. We'll be around when you return. It's shockingly dark out there. Nighttime is the better time for lots of things. Smart to protect your melon. Time to make something useful. That's a putty-upper plaza. Some were actually trying to build something before it all started to end. Watch it. Irradiated. Oh, yeah. That's a putty-upper plaza. Some were actually trying to build something before it all started to end. Well placed. That's the good stuff. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it's in your nature to help those in need. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your actions. Is grateful you chose that. You can't be good without doing good for others.
Hard to find any shadows now.
That's not necessary.
The prey always says that about the hunt.
Oh, you don't have to be so vicious about it.
Of course I don't, but I'm enjoying it.
Keep your breath shallow as a puddle. E-waste, the stuff you need. You've reached the end of the line. Bet you can find Choo Choo here. Choo Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow the steel path. The rails might be getting rusty, but eventually they all converge on him. Wonders who doesn't like rules or rails. They keep you on the straight and narrow and bring you right where you belong. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path. Whichever way you go, he wants you to know that the rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them, and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on? Likes your sureness, the way you keep at it like a chug-chug with no way to reverse. Feels like the world's on a runaway chug straight over a cliff. Can't thank you enough for hitting the brakes and working to turn the world chug around. Doesn't like how you ride with the Lotus. He asked for their help to raise a chug from the surf once, and they laughed. Sure, but they didn't have to laugh. He had ideas. But let's not get derailed. Says he's surprised to see anyone this far out, but sometimes the wrong train does take you to the right station. As you can see, he didn't plan to make a stop here, but now that he had to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is Choo Choo. He's been off track since the world started dying, but he's trained his mind to stay positive regardless of the situation. Thinks that's fine, but there's no path in this world that's not been already made. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugger-chugger out there. The challenge is taking them off so he's happy you're here to do it for him. Says there's nothing to it. Just don't let the chugger chug you down.
Oh, that's so dark. Any darker and it'll be hard to see.
Yes! No more stumbling in the dark! Go and stumble out of it!
You don't have to stumble, you can stagger.
Are you making my point for me?
Shutting up now.
Choo-Choo says he hopes this stop... Says you'll... Says you used to keep to yourself, but now at least you act. You need to swivel the globus's bearings. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Down the wire. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Wired up and ready to go. A stylish cover for your brains. Stylish as stylish can be. This is an epic already. How it ends is up to you. Metal scrap. Great for making tough things. Never know what's hiding out in the dark. Ooh-wee, that's biohazard. It really is a different world underground. Choo Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart in case of emergency. Wants to keep it there in case of an emergency, but realized it's long overdue already. The world crumbling and all. Choo Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open. Says there's no better person to use it. Glad the rails led you right here.
Everything's so bright!
I mean, sure, if you like that sort of thing.
Just close your eyes if reality's too much for you.
You're too much for me.
Only because you're not used to watching a winner!
Choo Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Glad you met Goop. Hope you're still smiling about that. Goofy guy. Says you're welcome to stay as long as you want. Says you should take it easy. Choo Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Says you'll see each other later. You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo Choo says he feels strongly about helping you. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself. Figures everyone chooses their own path. The longer you ride the rails, though, the easier it is to travel with friends. Choo Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be, and no rails needed. Bets it could fly circles around any chug yard. Makes him dizzy to think about it. With the world ending and all the chugs going with it, it's fun to think about what kinds of yards the Ark could take you to instead. Says he's happy to see the Ark in your hands. Knows you'll go great places with it and do some good. Wonders who you might call aboard the Ark with you.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
After spending a life on the rails, he's eager to ride the skies with you. Just let him pack his rollerboard, and he'll roll aboard. Choo Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. Says goodbye to you.